there, good looking. Do you want to train your hips and your glutes, but without burning out the knee joint? Well, this workout will do just that. Now, you'll need some tools for this workout. I'd love for you to grab a chair, or you can also use a weight bench if you have that, or a plyo box. In addition, you'll need one heavy dumbbell, and if you have an option for a slightly heavier than heavy dumbbell, then go for it. For reference, I have one 15-pound dumbbell and one 25-pound dumbbell, and then you'll need a booty band as well. Now, if you don't own a booty band, no worries, you'll still get benefit from the workout. You ready? Awesome. Lace up your runners. Let's go get busy. Why, hello there. I'm PJ from fitnesswithpj.com and over50fitness.co. And if you're watching this on YouTube, click that subscribe button so we can keep working together. And if you are watching this ads-free on my Over 50 Fitness app, make sure you head to our private Facebook community after this workout and let me know how you're doing. Now, for those of you in the 12 Days of Christmas challenge, this is day 3, baby. And on the 3rd day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a booty that won't quit. You ready? All right, we'll do a couple of squat patterns and then we're heading straight down into a full glute activation series. This is you're gonna love this workout, trust me. So gear off to the side. Let's start with a squat, feet a bit wider than the shoulders, toes are turned out, add the arms, push your bum rearward, drive up through the heels. Perfect. You're hip hinging, so that means that you're hinging from the top of your thigh there, not where your waistband is, where the belly button is, okay? Unfortunately, this is where I see a lot of people hinge from when they're just starting out with exercise. So if you are just starting out, I want you to make sure that you get this hip hinge movement pattern. So we have 6 minutes of booty activation drills coming up in 4 more squats, and then we'll move into a traditional strength workout, training, as mentioned, your glutes and your hips. 1 more, and shake it out. All right, we're down on the ground for this. If you have sensitive knees, I also want you to have a towel so that we can roll up the towel and place it under the knees and then behind the knees for one of the movements. Don't worry, I'll talk you through it. All right, I'm turning on our timer here. So we're starting out with the donkey kick. All right, abs engaged. Drop down onto the right forearm. Press that left foot up towards the sky and then fire hydrant. Good. So I like to be on just one forearm when I do this, so the opposite forearm of the leg that's working. And then I've got that forearm so that it's lined up with the top of my mat. The other arm is slightly bent, and then from there I'm just pushing through my heel, keeping that knee 90 degrees. Working glute and then outer hip, your glute med, when we're doing the fire hydrant part of this. Other knee is underneath the hip. Take a look. And if you've got, as I said, sensitive knees, place that extra rolled towel underneath that knee there. Now you're going to feel both sides fire up, okay? So you've got the left side's the working side, the right side's the stabilizing side. In 10 more seconds, we'll flow into the other leg. Time. All right, here we go. Left heel presses up to the ceiling. Inside knees touch, left knee comes up. Do it again. Now, you've got a little bit of core activation, all right? I don't want you to feel this movement in your low back. So if you're really throwing that leg up there, especially as you're pressing it straight up to your ceiling, I want you to control the movement more. All right, we're not going to lose that integrity in the lower lumbar. So belly button drawn in, control where you're placing the leg, use your glute, and then as you do the fire hydrant, your side leg or your side glute med area. Perfect. Whew. Now we're kneeling for the next exercise, and this is the exercise where I recommend it. If you have sensitive knees, you're going to roll the towel and put it behind the knees. So not underneath, but behind. Oh my goodness, time. All right, sit right back on your knees. Now drive the hips up. Let's tuck the toes under, sorry. Here we go, drive up, do it again. So you have sensitive knees, your rolled towel will be behind the knees, good. So with the toes tucked in, and then we squeeze it. Now drop the toes, and that's going to add more range of motion. See how that feels for you. All right, so toes tucked to start, and then drop the toes. Now you're leaning back a bit when you're in this position. Take a look. See, I'm leaning back. I have a bit of extension. Do the same. You're going to feel hammies, and then you want to squeeze the booty right there, all right? This is an exercise. You got to put a little thought into it to get the right areas fired up. We're on our backs for glute bridges in 10 seconds. Whew, I feel my glutes right now, big time. Last 3, 2, 1, on your back for me. Feet are hip width, they're not touching. All right, heels are close to the bum. Now as you drive the hips up, you want to keep your rib cage knitted. So you're not flaring up and just driving through the hips and creating extra extension in that low back, which potentially could hurt your low back. So be controlled with this movement. Woo! Now the heels are close to the bum, so we fire up a little bit more glute. If they were further away, we would get more hammies involved. Arms are just down by your side, but you're not pushing on the ground with your hands. Whew. Yeah, everything's getting fired up on my end. How about you? We've got one more single leg drill after this, and then we'll move into our strength drill. Good. One more bridge. Excellent. Come up onto the hands. Keep the heels close to the bum. And now drive the hips up, and as you do, lift up one leg and keep it off the ground. Single leg bridge, or hip thrust, pardon me. Now, if this bothers your shoulders or your wrists, you'll come down and do a single leg bridge, okay? Remember, with my workouts, there's always options. Not every movement's going to work for every single person. So I try to give you some alternatives so you can keep training with me. Holy cow, do you feel that in that glute? Sorry. It just like all of a sudden hit me. My right glute is, yeah, it's not really happy with me right now. Woo! All right, 10 more seconds, and then we'll get the other glute not happy with us. Oh. Time. Heel close to the bum. Go. And again, if this doesn't feel good on the wrists or the shoulders, drop down for single leg bridge. But on both of them, we're keeping that one leg up in the air. We're only pushing through the heel of this working leg. Whew. And then when we're done, lucky us, we get to move on to strength moves. Whew. Oh. Now, the hip thrust, a lot of experts claim that this is the single best exercise for the glutes. I think we're going to agree with the experts, aren't we? It's definitely working. Okay, one more. Come on, you guys. Up, 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 and release. Good job. All right. If you need a sip of water, grab it. I'm going to grab a quick sip. All right, we need the one heavy, but if you have the different options of heavy, we want the lighter side. So this is where I'm using my 15. In addition, you'll need that chair, or if you have a weight bench, that works even better. Now, I talked about hip hinge earlier. Now it's going to become uber important that you hip hinge. So I'm going to show two different versions because beginners, you might have a rough time trying to figure this out, and I don't want you to round your back, so I'm going to give you a quick alternative, okay? But essentially it's laces up on the bench or chair. Whatever leg is up, that hand's got the dumbbell. Now I'll soften this working leg, push the hip back, come down, and drive up. All right, so if you're new to exercise, I want you to just to kickstand and get used to that hip hinge. Maybe even try the first set, because we have 2 sets, with no dumbbell, okay? So where is the hip hinge? Let's give it a try. Take your hands right at the top of your leg. Come on, even if you've done this a gazillion times with me, just humor me, okay? Now push your bum back and hinge forward. See how you've got the same spine here as you do standing? That's what we want when we're doing this, okay? Did you humor me? Yeah, thank you. All right, I'm gonna get our timer set up. Pick a leg, place it up on your bench or chair, dumbbell in that same hand. The other leg is fairly close. Ready? Here we go. Softness in that working leg. Come down and drive up. Now you will not be able to go as far down with this deadlift pattern than you do without the back leg elevated, okay? So just keep the form. You'll feel the hamstring and the glute pretty darn quickly. Once you see me, I want you to kind of look straight ahead, pull the shoulders back and down, keep the shoulders squared. A lot of posture work here too in a deadlift. I love that. Now, as mentioned, 45 seconds worth of work, 15-second breather, and we'll do the other leg. Time. All right, so laces on top. Wait for the beep. Cherish these 15 seconds. Once again, you're going to soften that knee as you push your bum back and hip hinge, okay? Yes, let's go. Other hand, I like to have it on my hip, but you do whatever the heck you want to do with it. Now, are your shoulders squared? Good. Are you looking straight ahead? Beautiful. We have 2 of these, and then we move on. I'm not going to lie, this exercise may leave a mark tomorrow. In terms of sore glute. But if you're in the 12 Days of Christmas challenge with me, don't worry about it. Tomorrow's upper body day. So we'll leave the glutes alone. Time. All right, so this is our second set. You might be able to get a little deeper now on this second round because the hamstrings are warmed up. But again, we're not getting deeper to round the back. We're getting deeper because the hinge is coming from the hip, okay? So don't lose your form. Let's go. Not enough instructors on YouTube cue the hip hinge properly. And it's such an uber important exercise, especially those of us over the age of 40. We've got degenerative disc issues. We've got osteoarthritis perhaps in the spine, osteoporosis. As soon as you round that back, you just trigger things that are not good for any of those chronic conditions. And that'll send you to physio. And unfortunately, pause your training program. So I want to build you up smart ways. So I want you to really focus on your form. Time. All right, other leg. Focus your stare on something stationary. Whew, this is getting heart rate up too, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Ready, set, and go. Shoulders stay squared. So I start by softening my knee, bending that knee, and then I hinge and push the bum back as I come forward. When we're done, booty bands will come on. And we'll move into 2 different exercises. Time. Woo! All right, you can place your chair or bench out of the way. Booty bands are on, over top of the knees, please, or above the knees, I should say. We have 2 movements. This is where I'm going to use my 25-pound dumbbell, okay? First movement is a wide or sumo squat, so we'll hold the dumbbell, all right? Second movement will be down on the ground. Sorry, I don't like to get, I usually try to avoid up-down movements, but it's just got to be done today. So we just got to suck it up. So we'll get down with the booty band where it is, and I'll talk you through that second move when we get there, okay? So I'm using my 25. Feet are shoulder width apart or wider. Now the booty band's trying to pull the knees in. So what are you doing? You're firing up your glute med, pushing the knees out so you don't allow that to happen. So don't let those knees cave. Don't you dare. Okay. All right, you'll be on the naughty list for Christmas if that happens. Here we go. Dumbbell held close to the body. Beginners, maybe no dumbbell, right? Woo. Now, for advanced people, I want you to hip hinge and come down until you feel those elbows brush the tops of your thighs. So here's the side view, pushing the bum rearward, keeping that lumbar curve in my spine. Dumbbells close to the body so that my upper back is comfortable. I can hold position there. Knees are tracking with the toes. And then I'm just breathing. 45 seconds. And then no dumbbell, and we're down on the ground. Time. All right. On your back for me. Feet are together now, and I want you to drop the knees out. Push the band and drop them out. Arms down by your side, hip up, and then lower down till the bum just barely touches the ground, and do it again. The entire time your legs are open in almost a butterfly stretch. This is called a frog pump. This is a really interesting exercise if someone in your family walks in on you right now. Just go with it. Just make sure they don't post it on Instagram. This is not an Instagram exercise. So working at the glutes and more the outer edge of the glutes with the frog pump. And those are our two moves, okay? When the timer goes, we go back to that squat. Good, keep pushing out. Don't let those knees come together, okay? Work hard, get them out. Time. Whew. All right, here we go. Grab the dumbbell. Now, feet are shoulder width or wider, toes are slightly turned out. Push the knees away. Don't let that booty band pull them in, and come down as deep as it feels good for your knees. I think I am delivering on the booty workout, the hips and glute workout. On the YouTube channel and on my website, I like to say, training women over 40 to get the ass of their 20s. This is it. This is it, everybody. Ooh. Time. Okay, frog pump. All right. So feet are together on this, and then open up the knees. Arms down by your side. And you've got to really force those knees to be open. And here we go. Up and slowly lower, but your bum doesn't touch or fully imprint in the ground. It just brushes your ground, then you're up again. This is our last set, okay? Come on. We're standing, and we're not going to take a break, actually. We'll stand because all we need is the booty band for the next exercise. Okay, now everybody, hips up high, and now just give me half pumps. This is even better position, isn't it, if someone walks in on you? You're welcome. Come on, just half pumps. Oh, yeah. So we're staying at the top and dropping halfway down. We're not lowering, we're keeping constant tension in the glutes and hips. Time, nicely done. All right, standing. Back of your chair you can use for some support, okay? Or your wall. Left leg, press it out on a 45 and bring it back underneath. Lean forward ever so slightly towards your chair or wall. And then, as mentioned, you're on a 45. The 45 is a hip extension still, but it's actually going to fire up a little bit more glute if we go out on that angle. Good. Stabilizing leg is soft, okay? So we're moving just through the hip now. Hip extension, glute fired up, other leg glute fired up. Whew. You'll probably feel the stabilizing leg a heck of a lot more than the working leg. If you do, you're not alone. I'm feeling you. I'm with you. Time. Oh. Okay, so we got the other leg, yeah? Yeah. All right. Pull up your big girl panties. Here we go. Lean forward ever so slightly. Now we're pushing that right heel on a 45 away from the body, okay? Abs engaged. This exercise here that we're doing, actually a lot of them that we're doing in this series are great movements if you have chronic low back pain, chronic knee pain. We're targeting some muscles that can be weak and contribute to the pain in low backs. And there goes Bella, and your knees. So just like the other two exercises we did, we have 2 rounds of these, okay? How's that posture? Good, time. So I don't want you rounding, okay? We're still remembering posture, getting ourselves set up really nicely in the spine, and then we do the movement. All right, left leg, once again, we're going on that 45. Here we go, softness in that stabilizing leg, press that left heel back. Good, shoulders pulled back and down. Once you've seen me, just have a gaze straight ahead. I promise you, after these, we can take this evil booty band off. Time. Whew. All right, last leg, and then evil booty band comes off. Catch your breath. Good. You still smiling? Good. Good, 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 good. Come on. Exercise is easy when you're smiling. It's a lot harder when you're miserable. So don't be miserable. Whoop, just lost my booty band. So the cloth band, and you'll hear me on other workouts where I cue you to maybe have the latex band if you have it. The cloth is much better when you're doing strength-based moves, which is what we did today, what we're doing today. So even though it seems like we're doing a lot of reps, we're not doing a ton. Whereas endurance work, cardio work, it's easier to do latex booty bands. They've got a little bit more give time, and the muscles won't burn out as much. Okay, guess what? I'm not done with you. Remember that series we did at the beginning, the 6-minute one? We got to do that one more time, and then we're done. Okay? Yes? Awesome. Go grab a sip if you need it, okay? I'm going to grab a quick sip. So we started down on the ground, okay? Left heel pressing up for donkey kick, and then fire hydrant. So, water bottle's down. Game face is on. Good. All right, here's the timer. We got 10 seconds to get set up. So, I'm on my right forearm. It's lined up at the front of my mat. Flex my left toe, so my toes pull to my shin, and press the heel up, and then open. My abs are engaged. I'm not feeling anything in my low back. I got quiet pretty quickly, didn't I? Whew. You know, adding the beginning onto the end seemed like a good idea when I was programming this workout. It'll feel good when we're done, trust me. The sense of accomplishment will feel great. Our butt cheeks might not be happy with us, but we'll feel good. Last 10 seconds and then the other side. Just wait till tomorrow. And time. Here we go. Left forearm on the ground. Flex that right foot. Heel up and then fire hydrant. I mean that with love. Now here's the scoop, you guys. If you're over 50, here's a fun tip for you. Every year after 50, we lose 1% of our leg strength. So if we don't train and do workouts like this, right, we lose a lot of muscle mass. We lower our metabolic furnace, our ability to burn calories considerably, because these are large muscles in the legs. And we set ourselves up for injury, falls, and then with falls could come broken wrists. So it's important. It's important to keep leg day in your regular workout regime. Time. All right, so start with the toes curled under, sit back, and then drive up. And then if that feels okay on the knees, laces to ground, sit back, drive up, and again, you're on that angle, right? Good. Now you've got to squeeze the glutes. You just can't lift up and down and go, oh, PJ, this is lovely. I'm going to enjoy a cup of coffee while I'm doing this. No, you've got to put your mind in the glutes and fire them up. As well, when we sit the heels back, we're not resting there, okay? You can rest in 5 more minutes, I promise. But right now, you're still mine, so keep moving. Bridges on our backs coming up. Two more here. One more. And on your back. Feet hip width apart, heels close to the bum. Drive the hips up, but keep the rib cage knitted and down. So place your hands on your rib cage. If you feel your hands coming apart as you lift up, you're lifting in through the low back, not through the glutes. So that's a really good tip for you. And then once you've got that figured out, you can bring the arms back down to the side. So we've got that one leg hip thrust coming up where we're on our hands, or if that bothers your wrists or shoulders, you'll do a one-legged bridge down here, okay? All right, you choose your poison and drive up. Just stay on one leg. If you're with me, look straight ahead. Don't get into this head rocking back. You'll get dizzy. It won't feel good in the neck. Okay? Just look straight ahead even as you're up into that reverse bridge here, reverse plank. If you start to fatigue, like I am right now, there's just no way I can lift any higher. Drop both feet on the ground and continue doing the movement. I'll let you know when the last few seconds are up, and let's try it one-legged again if you're with me. Okay, last 15 seconds. Let's try it one-legged. Shoulders away from the ears. Yeah, good. Other side, go. This is it. Last minute of work. We'll stretch the glutes and hips, and then away you go for the rest of your day. Or night. Maybe you're working out at night. Bravo if you are. I could never do that. But I admire people that can come home from work, eat dinner, and then still get the motivation to get their runners on. Once I'm done dinner, that's it. My butt's on the couch watching TV. Oh, I'm going 2 again. Okay, last 15 seconds. Come on, you guys. Time. Holy moly, huh? Let's stretch the glutes. Knees into chest and just hold. If you want to rock it side to side, that feels good, go for it. I kind of like rocking side to side. Get a little movement into the SI joint, a little massage of your low back. Right foot on the ground, cross the left ankle over. Now this may be enough of a stretch for you. If you want a bit more, lift that right foot off the ground, hands come behind the thigh, and feel the stretch there in that left glute and hip. Now be aware of the back of the neck right now. Sometimes if you're quite tight, you could lift up through the neck. I want the back of the neck longer than the front. So lift the head up, slide the chin in. And if you can't, grab a pillow, place it under your head, or a yoga block. Yoga blocks are great little tools. Whew. Yeah. All right, let's do my pretzel stretch, okay? So keep this left ankle crossed over. Deal? Awesome. Right hand comes across, pull that knee right across. Good. Now, bend the right leg and grab onto the laces and hold. So you're pulling the right leg back now. Now let's pin the shoulders to the ground to work into the T-spine, while we're also pulling down on that left thigh to get into the side of the hip and glute. Back to center. Right ankle crosses over left thigh. Again, this might be enough of a stretch. If you want more, lift the leg up, hands behind the thigh. What do you want with the back of the neck? You want it long. So pick the head up, tuck the chin in and lower. And then guide this left knee to the outside of your left shoulder. So you're not letting it come across the body. If you come out a little wider, you'll feel a better stretch there in that right glute and hip. Left foot to ground. Take that left hand and pull that knee across, okay? And then bend the left leg and grab onto the laces or foot with your hand. Now see if you can pin that right shoulder to the ground while we draw that right knee across the body. And slowly back to center. Whew, that one feels good, doesn't it? Once you get it. And drive yourself up. Oh, yeah. Legs are straight in front of you. Push the backs of the knees into your ground. Pull your toes towards you. Place the hands behind you. Press yourself forward. Get a little bit into the hamstrings here because there's no doubt the hamstrings worked. So thank you so much for showing up and for joining me today. I really appreciate it. If you haven't tried out my new app, that's where you can see all of my top YouTube workouts for ads-free, as well as 8 other amazing instructors. We've got everything from strength to meditation. You can grab a free 14-day trial. The information's down below. Now, if that does not interest you, if you want to stay on YouTube, hey, we could use your support in the Patreon community, and the information's down below there. It's due to that community, and only due to that community, we can keep this YouTube channel going. Otherwise, it would be only over 50 Fitness. And release. There you go. Thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you next workout. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Bye.